1, 2, 1, 2. Let's make some money.
Trading is all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would
Hello,
go
Thomas.
unnoticed by the
Hello,
common
Yanar.
eye,
How are you?
How are you?
or by the
I'm
age-old
too hot.
playground.
I am
With a
hot,
constant strive for glory.
Yeah,
Seeking
outside
for
is too hot,
tomorrow.
so my brain is
Do
burning.
you feel special?
What's the temperature
Take back control of your investments.
in your country?
25, 30, somewhere there.
That's pussy. That's nothing.
Wagwan.
I believe
Hey,
that.
Charlie.
How much is there?
Hello, Thomas, the king himself.
What? No, no, no.
The goat,
just
the goat.
I'm just a peasant.
No.
Long.
How's life?
Yeah, ups and downs. You know, some wins, some losses, but generally speaking, I mean,
I've been
I
keeping
would- I
an
would
eye
just-
on holding positions for so long, and it's so good to see. I've started
yeah,
doing that.
I love these. Well, you started swinging.
It's hard. It's so hard. The
It
emotions
is, but
just-
it's more rewarding. I mean, let me show you a chart.
and the
Charles.
GJ trades are smashing.
Yeah, it's brilliant, GJ.
I
So
haven't taken any
looking
because I'm
at
just looking at anything, but
gold
reason.
since just
You're
the
a
end of
swinger.
last year. Can you hear me? Well,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
you know there's hundreds of pips. You can make way much more. I mean, we knew how the economy has changed in the last 2 years. It was very obvious because if you follow monetary policy, if you know everything about, you know, interest rates, inflation, etc., etc., positioning yourself in long-term trades, even talking about years, but you know it's not realistic when we talk about years for day traders, but some, you know, long-term traders, investors, because investors are, you know, longer period. So those who follow or understand economics and understand which direction the economy is heading because of the interest rate, because of the inflation, they can profit very well over the long term. So on the chart you can see global interest rates or global yields, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
And 2022 is when they really started, no, actually 2021 when they started increasing interest rate. And there was only one way up, and dollar was king. They offered the highest interest rate, crystal clear from the chart, that the US 2-year was very well above.
Always, yeah.
Yeah. And if you know that the dollar is strengthening, if you know that yields are rising, gold was going down. But then we
Yeah.
had the war, the Ukraine, the Israel-Hamas conflict. We had Ukraine. So we had many other things which helped gold to push higher. Maybe controversial to the monetary policy, but all in all, if you understand your position or positioning yourself well in this interest rate environment, in this inflation environment, in this geopolitical environment, you can hold trades for months. And I did that once. I think the longest was 2-3 months while I was holding from 1680 to 2000. Talking about gold.
Yeah.
So that's well over 3,000 pips. I had
Yeah,
a
I
short
remember
runner.
that.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
the good thing is that, is something, for 10 years, there was nothing in the markets because the markets were absolutely flat. Quantitative easing was flooding the market with cash. It was a really tepid environment. Before 2008, that was like the Wild West. And now we're back again with these wild, things. And mark my words, inflation is not done. We're going to have another spike in inflation. So anyway, if you want to learn about, longer term trades, swing trades, and going back to my MetaTrader chart, I mean, the positions that we catch on a daily basis or weekly basis are nothing compared to what you could achieve. And I highly, highly recommend for everyone to read The Turtle Trader. And then you will understand what I'm talking about, because imagine that before, actually my chart doesn't even go back that far, but imagine entering in a long position when gold was just before COVID. It was below 1400.
Oh wow.
So since that, in 3 times, gold appreciated $1,000 from 1,400 to 2,400. Absolutely insane. So it's possible. You just need to forget everything you learned about, stop losses. If you want to swing trade, really want to swing trade, you don't need a stop loss.
Yeah.
But again, you have to be very patient because the amount of money you're going to get is going to be relatively small compared to the numbers that we generate on a daily or weekly basis. But it's possible. I think it's easier for those who have big capital.
Yeah.
Because the returns are going to be reasonably, bigger or greater.
Looking at splitting some of my account up so I could leave longer speculative trades and then obviously worry about my income on my day trading account.
Yeah, there are multiple strategies you can do.
So much for low summer, by the way.
Yeah, it is summer, but to be fair, and sorry, I'm just about to close down one position because I forget to close down one position. I locked in profit for one of the gold trades, but the other one, my mistake, I left it running. And its price is just pulling back. Now we're just before the New York Open. So quickly before we continue, let's have a look on the chart. And today's gold position, which was shared in the group, was running about 110, 120 pips. And now just before the weekly pivot, it pulled back. It rejected. It doesn't mean the bull run is over because, there's still room to the upside. We're still in a bullish market trend. Although this bear flag is a bit worrying, but now New York is going to open. When we have some data today, so we need to talk about that. So I'm going to hold the positions for now. Everything is fine. So going back, so if you want to learn, swing trading, you need capital. You can start on a small account. It's going to take years and years, but you're never going to see a loss because, trading with very small lots on a big account, you don't even need a stop loss. But it's a completely different trading strategy. And anyone who wants to swing trade needs to forget everything that you learned on Instagram and everything you need to forget.
Full agreement, no stop loss.
Hello Mario, how you doing? I mean,
hardest-
Never
when
better, never better.
when I worked in, so I had 3 professional trading jobs in my career. The first time was almost like cash equities because it was carbon emission trading, so there was no margin account on that one. So it was just buy and sell, and you can hold an inventory. So that was not exciting. Then execution trader on a cash equities desk, again cash equities, so no margin. There was only one job, 2 jobs actually, where I was trading either on a margin account or we had God, I forget. Leverage. Yeah, leveraged account. So the losses could be so we could accumulate a loss and also we could accumulate big wins. I'll give you an example. One of the biggest Eastern European bank, OTP Bank, traders don't use a stop loss. The reason for that is because they're very well aware of the potential risk that they can suffer. But from the minute they have an idea, from the second they have an idea, to the point of execution, they know exactly that they cannot open a large position which would accumulate or hit the risk tolerance level. Sometimes it does because market is very volatile. But basically, they have many risk metrics. So they have currency risk, country and counterparty risk, geopolitical risk. So they have a big table in a matrix, rows and columns, and it tells them that which asset is like a risk weights. Each asset has a risk weight. Each currency has a risk weight. Each country has a risk weight. Each counterparty has a risk weight because some of the companies are exposed to, heavily to dollar or to euro, depending on which part of the world they are. And also some of the shares you can buy in euros or dollar or Japanese yen or whatever. So they have to go through the list and they have many risk weights. They use a formula and they determine what is the biggest position they can open. And if they open a bigger position, it's a very serious consequence because risk management is going to tell them like, mate, fuck off. But because they know exactly how large position they can open, the reason why they're using risk weights because risk management's job to determine that how much risk they can take, and they never take bigger than that. And because they never take bigger than that, they don't need to use a stop loss.
Yeah, I need my own risk management team.
Get a job in finance. Get a job in finance and learn about. I think that's one of the best ways.
Yeah. Journaling's good for stuff like that to just keep up to date with.
Step 1: read the book of the Turtle Trader.
Yeah, I've got that saved now.
Oops.
I was going to say, I've been, just from day trading, I've been in and out on this bullish channel since Monday, obviously. So many trades just buy in, but I've in and out so many times. So the hardest thing is when you look back at where your positions were and where you took profit, and then noticing that price has just gone flying above that.
Yeah.
Hindsight's a horrible thing.
So let's talk about today's data because we have 6 minutes until market open. The positions that you see on the screen were opened before the live stream started. Some of them opened this week, some of them opened last week, some of them opened this morning. That's why I always say, if you want to see my position, join the Alpha FX community, and that way you get the positions faster. I'm not planning to open any new trades right now, but we're going to analyze. I'm going to widen the stop loss because I already closed down the runners. Some profit. So I'm going to wait because the bullish channel, what Charles was talking about, is still working, still in progress. We are 6 minutes away from New York Open, so we need to find a new entry, if we can find a new entry. How about that?
I'd say this pullback's quite significant.
Yeah, it is aggressive.
But yeah, getting back
But, is the market backward looking or forward looking, Charles?
Forward.
Forward looking. So what could be the market looking already at?
Potentially deflationary data for the US dollar.
We have some PMI. Now, we love with the PMI. What does the data tell you, Charles? First of all, explain to me if you want to. I'm not forcing you, but if you can help me, if anybody wants to help, to give it a go on your own, please explain what is the PMI and how should one trade it.
So it's services based, and it comes out regularly throughout the month, so you can get a good forward view on how the US economy is doing, basically on business and personal services, I believe. Because they don't have a core one, do they?
No.
No, it's just all together. And this release that we're gonna get is, I wouldn't say they're forecasting much of a change, really.
Yeah. So what do the okay? So PMI basically is your purchasing manager index. It is a survey, but they're surveying, the S&P companies. They're surveying. So it's again a very complex survey, and it's a good gauge about how well some of the industries are doing in the current economic environment. A number below 50 shows contraction in the economy. Above 50 is expansionary, and someone is already writing on YouTube. Yeah, Khan Akinchi. Yes, absolutely. So above 50, if the numbers are very, very high, that means the economy is overheating. It's expanding too fast, rapidly. If the numbers are very low and decreasing or depreciating fast, that means the economy is cooling. Now it's important because the Fed wants to see a cooling economy, because inflation was with us for 2 years. They raised interest rates, they raised minimum reserve requirement ratios, etc. So long story short, Charles, what happens to gold, dollar and indices if the PMI is lower than it's lower.
Than 50. So if it's lower than 50,
not 50, like as the forecast of the previous number.
Okay. So actually I have one question before that. If it is, so the global services PMI is coming out and it's above 50, like you said, so it is still hot numbers, but it's a little bit less than last month. So would it be over the short term, it could have bearish, like a cooling outlook for the services, but because it's still over 50, then it's over the longer term, maybe it's still overheating.
It is possible, and here comes in market sentiment.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to factor in market sentiment. What is the current market sentiment on interest rates?
Interest rates. Definitely.
Fed meeting is next week. FOMC.
Rates probably in September.
Yeah, absolutely. Charles, is the market this hope? The market is bullish on gold because the Fed is going to increase interest rate.
They're looking at cutting the interest rates.
Yeah, absolutely. They were looking. Well, they've been looking at it for a year, and nothing happened really. But Jay Powell last week or 2 weeks ago confirmed that yes, they're most likely going to cut in September, or even before than anticipated. So the market is already looking at the possibility of a Fed rate cut. And this possibility, even there's nothing happened, it's just a probability, a possibility, the market is going up on gold.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Where are you? It's good afternoon.
Yeah.
It's afternoon, yes. In Austria.
Good evening, bro.
Morning in New York.
All right, very good morning to you then.
Hello, Mike. The Barcelona trader.
Hi. Tomas.
We have New York has just opened. Let's have a look on the positions. So New York opened. I'm still holding my longs on gold. Took some nice profit today, 120 pips.
So like you said, the Fed are looking for a cooling PMI, basically.
Yeah. So the market sentiment right now, the Fed is going to cut interest rate. Very bullish for gold. Uncertainty, mixed earnings, very bullish for gold. PMI, just looking at the forecast, lower than the previous one. So it's a decreasing number. And looking at the deviation, so yeah, it's hovering. It's actually come down from 55 in the last
Since
few
June
weeks.
It's been increasing, so heating
Until
up, yeah.
up until June, it was increasing, but now it's decreasing.
Yeah. So there was only 1 month this year where it was actually close to being below 50, and that was in April. Since then,
I like that tune. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how I got this one. I like it too. It's like country.
Yeah. Easing.
there's so many different avenues that lead to just making a decision. It's insane.
Yeah, in trading.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's easy to get lost. Very easy to get lost.
Yeah.
But once you find a path, you are literally one bull run away to become millionaire. And I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. New York has opened. Big boys are, in the market. Surprisingly, market stopped falling down on gold. It was going down. It was a very aggressive pullback. But as the market opened, it just stopped as New York opened. Because the market sentiment is bullish. As we discussed, the market sentiment, Fed rate cut hopes. And also, if you look at the PMI, which is fairly deflationary, most likely gold will continue higher. I'm eyeballing 24.30. Hopefully it's going to continue. Now GBP Japanese yen, I'm going to enter into another one lot trade just now. So as you can see, yeah, it's been going well. Bear in mind, I have leverage from the floating profits to open another position, and I can use a wider stop loss. This is why it's important that once you learn and understand how to use the floating profit to your advantage to scale into position, you don't even need to use a stop loss. But I don't recommend anyone not to use a stop loss. But once you master these, risk management, I mean, if you look at my capital, it's big, but I'm only opened one lot position, so I'm not risking crazy money. And this is the essence of trading, risk management. If you look at the GBP Japanese yen trades, the half a lot equals to 1,100. 0.2 lot, 600 pounds. So you can make good money with small lots. And Japanese yen is expected to strengthen further today and throughout the week. So I'm just going to continue to buy into the Japanese yen and sell everything else. It's going very well so far.
I find sometimes once you have a view, on obviously where the price is going. So like you're heavily into sales right now, but obviously you still have the Great British Pound to think about. So even if you're in so many sales, would you still be considering looking at your area to place longer term
buys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but how can you determine when the trend is going to stop? Just before I continue this thought, have a look on the chart for how long people were buying into the Japanese, into the sterling yen, because they knew that the Japanese economy, they haven't raised interest rate. The sterling was rising because the UK increased interest rate. And go back to the chart where I showed you the global yields, global interest rate. Yeah. This is it. This is why the sterling was strengthening against the Japanese yen. I mean, look at the bottom, Japanese yen. Japanese government or central bank hasn't increased interest rate for 2 decades. But since inflation, the sterling was rising since 2021. Now, going back to MetaTrader, look at the chart. People knew that the sterling is going to strengthen and hence they were buying. This is a long-term trading. And what do we know now? What do we currently know? Is there going to be a shift or divergence in the monetary policy? Of course there will be. Japanese yen going to strengthen, the sterling is going to weaken. And this is why I'm shorting GJ. For how long? No one knows. But right now, exactly what we see that the UK is not in a good shape. Most likely going to start cutting interest rate very soon, following the US. But Japanese counterparties, they're not expected.
So one big spike in the decrease of interest rates in Great Britain.
Entering into another long on gold. Sorry.
Nice. Yeah. So one decision to lower interest rates on 1 month in Great Britain would, by rights, create a big spike down potentially in.
Yeah. Okay. Look, new position already in 10 pips of profit. GJ. Well, 5 pips of profit, not too bad.
Mate, gold's been treating everyone nicely.
Yesterday was a bit tough. I had some stop loss hits, but there was a dirty move to the downside. But in the end, it's all fine. Look at that, 17 pips of profit, very nice. So market opened and market is already looking at the coming up PMI, which is going to be most likely deflationary. Position running in.
Sorry, Thomas, could we just have a look at that 4-hour GJ chart again, please?
4-hour GJ, yeah.
So, Charles, see
sorry.
What Thomas was just talking about with the change in the Japanese interest rate, you could consider as a permanent alteration to their financial structure, right? So this cut down could be the start of a much larger strengthening of sterling against GJ, right? But if I just want to touch on what you said before, if the sterling interest rates start to fall away, start to weaken, my feeling is that this downtrend we see here could reverse a little bit as the interest rate gap between sterling and Japan is narrower. Thomas, does that sound fair, or have I got that wrong?
Yeah, sounds good. The one thing I would add is when the interest rate differential is small, so the yield is very small. The spread between the two yields is very small.
Divergence, yeah.
Yeah, then investors and traders could be looking at something else because there is no benefit or loss. There's no cost or profit, trading one over the other. So then they're going to look at something else. So the other economic indicators or metrics. Back to you, Brad.
So my feeling is sort of on a 4-hour or day chart or even weekly basis, I'd be looking to try to prepare or position for this downtrend here to come back up as sterling interest rates drop off as well, as a long-term swing position. Now, as Thomas has said, you know, the UK and US, they're all looking for the right sort of quality of evidence to be able to do that. It could be weeks away, it could be whatever. But what I would start to look at is a reversal of that trend that we see now on the screen.
Yeah, I think even just because of the way these two currencies are paired, I think even if even for next week, let's say Great British Pound have some data release that would allow a pullback potentially, because even at this lower, because like Thomas said, he's already got leverage into this trade, so his sell at this point is okay. But for someone like me that doesn't have a trade in that currency pair yet, to join in now at the bottom, I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, that makes that makes very little sense, right? But if all things being equal, if I had a clean sheet account, if I had an account with no trades in it, with £1,000 in it, I'd be looking to put on a lot trade and just let it run until this reverses and comes back to 206 or whatever, as sort of a longer term hold. But obviously, picking your entry there, however you do, that's up to you. My perspective anyway.
But then don't fall into the trap of looking only technicals, because it wasn't technicals. It was not technicals which helped to, you know, gold to rise to 2,400. It wasn't technicals which pushed up GBP, Japanese yen, and dollar. And let me just refer back to this chart. There was absolutely nothing to do with technical analysis. Absolutely nothing to do with technical analysis. Just to repeat it twice. Yeah. That global yields have increased to a 50-year high. Nothing to do with technicals. Technicals were only used to find entries, but this was because of inflation. This was because of the supply and demand shocks during and after COVID. Nothing to do with technicals. So technicals are a wonderful thing, and to understand and learn about the market and to find entries. But before you enter into buy, because price came back to a 10-year low, I would really strongly urge you to look into the economics behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Position I just entered now, running in 30 pips profit, absolutely killing it today, not the whole week. And I think we're just about to hit TP2. That was 2024, wasn't it?
I remember Thomas saying at the start of summer that it's going to be slow and probably really bad.
I did remember saying that, and I was wrong. I was very wrong.
We've got about a minute and a half until news, and we have the weekly pivot at 24:25.
Oh, shit! Sorry, I thought it was going to be at 4 o'clock. Thank you for reminding. So, you know, if you're confident or not, take some profit off the table. I'm going to lock in profit on the 2 lot gold because that's over 2,000, and
that was the one that you nearly took out.
Yeah, I nearly closed it down, and it was at below 1,000, and now it's gone up to 2,500.
What move that?
Yeah, we have 40 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen, and everything was on the chart. If data comes out, if PMI comes out lower than expected, gold is going to shoot up. If PMI comes out higher than expected, and I have to highlight significantly higher, lower, these are the scenarios you need to be aware. Traders in the Alpha FX members, you know exactly my open positions. You got the signals, you get the TP, the stop loss, everything. So salad. Very nice. Oh, TP2 was hit.
Nice work.
Like the last few weeks, you've had a stellar run.
What's
What is the
It's
data?
lower. No,
Significantly?
service is 56.
Oh, it's higher. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But the manufacturing. Okay, so now I think let's go back to the market to see what is happening. Because the services PMI is significantly higher, is bad. That's inflationary. But the manufacturing is now below the frog's ass. Composite is 55. It is inflationary. So don't close down the longs yet, guys, because we know market sentiment, how it works. Sometimes the market goes beyond expectations and against common sense and logic. So I'm going to hold the trades for now. Logged in the profit. These are runners. I'm going to hold it. And yeah, New York is open. Market hasn't dropped that significantly, so chances are high we're going to see 24.30 today. Most important is keep calm. Don't rush into any, silly decisions.
That's it. That feeling when the news was released, you want to jump in or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's best to wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
And the most important is it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war. So always be prepared for everything. Have a plan and stick to it.
Say that again. What does that mean?
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Okay.
Always be prepared. Yeah, always be prepared for the worst. Be a warrior, not a gardener. So when you go...
Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you said... I thought you said voyeur.
No, not voyeur. Warrior. Voyage. Always have a plan, have a bias. And my bias is long on gold. We know Chinese demand is increasing. We know uncertainties around us. We know that the earnings season is all over the place. There you are, hundreds of pips on gold. Boom. And then I'm gonna do my garden.
Thomas, today was the Canadian interest rate decision also.
What was the result?
And they did not cut rates. I think it's bad for dollar. And everyone was expecting cut.
Yeah, it's possible.
The move during Asian session on London last night was...
Alright, back to 30 pips profit, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
I
god.
would go to the voyeur in the garden.
Tell me my future.
20 TP2 hit, ladies and gentlemen. And we are running at 45 pips.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So sometimes think with the head of the enemy and don't jump into logical conclusions, because sometimes the market sentiment is stronger than any number or PMI. And there you see the perfect example. Market sentiment is way too fucking strong, doesn't care about the numbers, smashing to pivots, smashing to Fibonacci's, bashing through resistance levels like failed traders' dreams. But we are, and let me just show you something scary. Yeah, it is right at the weekly pivot. So you may want to consider taking some profit off the table. If you ask me, my honest opinion, and this is not financial advice, I think it's going to break it through.
I do too.
24.40.
We might,
Yeah, we
24.34. 24.34 would be the next monthly pivot, I think.
Oh, I never looked at the monthly pivot.
I didn't know.
Where is that?
It's the monthly resistance too at 24.34.
I turned that off. Maybe I should put it back on.
Fucking hell.
Monthly.
50 pips
Monthly.
Almost
If we break through 24.26, I'm going to get back in.
2024, 27. TP3 is almost hit. Mother tuckers. We are very close. And the pivot.
Boom. It's going.
Oh.
Go, go, go!
Gyere, Milo.
Mario, did you put 50
Yes.
lots on?
I've got 25
You see?
lots, but I'm buying in from 23.91.
You see?
Whoa!
I'm
see?
doing nothing. I'm only counting. I do not have any, psychological war
Say
now.
something.
I'm just counting
Say
what am I gonna do
Fibonacci.
with my dosh.
Maybe
You're
take.
long since 2391.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that's so cute. Hello.
Mario,
Francesca.
take one lot for
Show
dinner.
your son. That's so sweet.
Dad?
My
Dad?
take profit is 24.42.
Yes, man.
We're gonna have more news.
Do you know how much baby pure we can buy from this money? A lot. Loads of bananas and baby chinos and, whatever you like.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Alpha is working. Say so.
Thomas, what's his name?
Golden
Jr.
boy.
What's his name?
Alpha Junior.
Alpha Junior. You should have called him Alpha.
It's Milo. Milan.
Milano.
Hola,
I
Milo.
don't like this bounce down. Don't
doesn't
like this
hear.
bounce down.
Say hello. Sziasztok. You see? There's Mike. Look at there's Mike. Mike is waving. Can you see Mike? Say hi, Mike.
Hi, Milo.
There's Charles, Brad, Mario, Francesca. The whole gang. The dream team.
Hello, Milo.
I'm going to... Yeah, Dick. Say hi to Milo.
Hello,
Hello,
Milo.
Milo. Hello, Milo.
You see
Hello,
they're
hello,
waving?
hello.
Look at them. Yeah.
Listen to your father.
Buy or sell, Milo?
Buy or sell. Milo.
Yeah,
Buy or
exactly.
sell.
Come on.
Is it gonna go up or down? Up or down? He's a bit camera shy, but anyway, he's the newest analyst at the Alpha Factory, and he prepared the longs today on gold.
Thomas,
Yes.
what do you think about the new home sales? What's coming out soon?
Hold on, I will be back. I just need to deposit this little one to his mother. I feel like that BBC, the guy who had the interview on the BBC.
Mario, 25 lots. This is
Unreal, yeah.
this
very
is a
nice.
great week.
You
This is
see,
a great
that's
week.
what I like. Buy at the very bottom and then just you counting every day, It's more and more and more. I'm
Doesn't
so
happen every
fucking
day, though.
greedy,
Wow.
All right,
Amazing.
back again.
Mario, what was the loss that you was willing to take on that trade?
25,000.
Fair play.
Yeah.
That's solid.
And also, I'm selling NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is just bringing lots of dosh as well. So I'm just about to take some profit on NASDAQ now.
Congrats, brother. That's huge. I'll be there one day.
Absolutely, absolutely. I tell you what, you need to lose 500,000, then you're gonna gain something. That was my case, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then you just don't, then zero fucks given from there.
That's right, and no stop loss.
Yeah. I mean, Penn doesn't use stop losses either, and he's trading with like 30 lots, 50 lots on gold.
Yeah.
There's me like sweating out on a 2 lot.
Yeah, I know. I've been there, mate. I know exactly how you feel.
Okay, gold just created 100 pip whiplash. So maybe it's time to close down positions. I'm going to pull out from. Nah, I'm going to just reduce the risk. But anyway, profit is already taken, so I'm just going to play around. No new entries yet.
No.
Going to widen the stop loss a little bit. So I'm risking £58 if it hits my stop loss.
Beautiful. I like
Yeah.
that.
Risk management is key.
Going to be more news.
You get a GJ, the last position already in 34 pips of profit.
There's new home
So-
sales news in 5 minutes, but I don't think it's going to impact the market nearly as much.
No. Now the market is focusing on, I think, do we have FOMC meeting minutes tonight or? No,
Wasn't
it's
it
only
next week?
Yeah. FOMC Bowman speaks. Next week is going to be interest rate decision.
Yes.
So the Fed is going into a blackout period tomorrow, because Bowman is the last one to speak, or Friday. But anyway, for 3 days, the Fed is going to be in a blackout period. The market is looking at tomorrow's data already, which is going to be GDP. Yeah, I think we're done for the day. Good day today.
Beautiful day today.
Yes,
Wonderful
yes,
day
yes.
yesterday. Amazing
Very
day a
good.
couple of days ago.
It's better than yesterday, but not as good as tomorrow. Well done, everyone.
All right. Egészségedre.
Thank you. Grazie mille. Köszönöm.
Köszönöm.
one
Rémülem
of-
rövidesen, bocsánat, Antal kördezni.
Nagyon jó, nagyon jó. Are you Italian, right?
Yeah, I've got lots of mixed,
Yeah, what languages do you speak?
My family. Quite a few languages I speak.
What is
yeah.
your native language?
German.
Ah,
I
wie
would
geht's?
say. Mm.
Ich habe in Deutschland ein bisschen auf Schule.
Mm.
Eine,
Nein.
eine kleine Jägermeister.
I've got it handy somewhere here.
You have a handy. Ah,
Yeah.
genau. Ah, it's beautiful thing, guys.
Legends. I didn't even trade that, and I still feel ecstatic and happy for everyone. It's so good.
Yeah, but if you miss it, it's all about psychology.
no.
If you miss a trade, don't be afraid. There's going to be
Fine.
there's 250
Tomorrow
days
another
trading
one.
days.
Tomorrow
Exactly.
day after another one, and another one.
Usually, I would
And
have done what I've done today and made my money in the morning, and then trade here. But I've made my money in the morning, and I was just happy to talk and learn and watch.
very good. If you feel so, let be.
So
Don't be
good.
greedy.
That is one of the best advice. If people listening, new traders, what Charles said, this attitude or approach to the markets is one of the most matured and the best example to follow.
Mm.
He made his money in the morning. He came to have a chat, but not trading. Legend.
Absolutely.
2
Fabulous.
years ago, it would have been a different story, definitely.
Oh,
So
Andres.
next week on Thursday, like you said, you've got the interest rates for Great Britain.
And USA.
Oh, and UFC. Oh my god.
Yes, and
next
Forms too.
week. Next week is August. How scary
Yeah.
is that? Summer is gone.
Last
Going on holiday again.
month. Month
Yeah.
end.
Yep, last week is month end. I will be
Yeah, right,
very I
last-
will be very limited in August because I have a sailing competition coming up in end of August, so I need to prepare.
Sailing?
Yeah.
No way, that's sick. I want to
Yeah.
get into that.
Yeah, I do sail. It's
Yeah, nice.
just a fin dinghy.
I want
On
to get
Balaton.
a catamaran.
Where do you say?
And-
On Balaton? No.
No. Well, sometimes if I take the boat down, but I want to go down next year to Lake Garda. That would be amazing.
I want to get a catamaran one day, but there's a lot
I've
to
never
know
been
about
on
it.
one.
News in 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
That's
Oh
right,
yeah,
he's always
let's
on it.
wait.
Thomas, next week's going to be busy. Only Monday is free.
Well, for you guys, not for me.
A lot of you results, ATP, and EWAS.
ATB. I like ATB. I grew up on that music. Okay, data just came out. Can you guys tell me what was the data?
Deflationary.
Inflationary, yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
No,
Deflationary.
deflationary.
Deflationary, yep.
Well, the month is actually inflationary, but
that's what I was
new
looking at,
sales
sorry.
for June it's mixed data. So what happens when the data is mixed? There's two options. Either the market is
Guys,
going
I'm
to
gonna
follow.
go. You take it easy.
See you. See you.
Congrats.
So either the market is going to continue with where it was going, and it was going up clearly, or we're just going to look at the data. But yeah, I think this is it today, guys. We have this very ugly. Actually, this is 150 pips whiplash. I mean, if you look at this 4-hour candle, 26 to 13, so 130 pips whiplash. So most likely it's going to range within this range, move sideways or whiplash within this range. Yeah, that's it. I'm done for the day, guys. Have a good day. See you all tomorrow for another amazing live trading session. Analysts and signals will be sent out in the morning if I see any opportunities. Peace be with you. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Have a
Thanos.
nice evening, Thomas.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Nice to be back.
Bye bye.
Tomorrow.
And
Bye.
those of you who would like to join the Alpha community, have a look on in the YouTube chat. Where is it? So I'm going. Ah, see you, sell. So I just pinned a message for free members. You can join the Alpha community for £199 just for free members for the next 5 minutes. It's a very cheap price, I'm telling you. Anyway, see you later, guys. Let's make more money tomorrow.
Peace out, bro.
Peace out. And yeah, look at that. Gold is continuing to pump. So if you want to join the Alpha community, free members for the next 5 minutes, can use that link. Good luck.